Unit 4, Vector Differentiation. In our syllabus, 4th unit is Vector Differentiation. That means vector calculus. Calculus is two parts. One is differentiation and other one is integration. In our intermediate, you already discussed, learned differentiation and integration for the real valued functions. Now, we are going to discuss differentiation for vector valued functions and scalar valued functions here. So now in this vector differentiation, what is the syllabus? Now we will see the syllabus of vector differentiation as per our JNTU A scalar and vector point functions, vector operator del, del applies to scalar point functions, that is gradient. Del applies to another topic, vector point functions, in this divergence and curl. Next, vector identities. These are the topics in the vector differentiation chapter. So we have to discuss scalar and vector point functions and vector differential operator del, and del applies to the scalar point function also, that is a gradient. So del also applies to vector point functions. In this topic we have to discuss divergence and curl, and finally vector identities. There are some vector identities which will be useful to solve certain kind of problems. These are the topics in the vector differentiation. Now first side heading, scalar point functions. Scalar point functions. If to each point P of R of a region capital E in space, there corresponds a definite scalar f of r then f of r is called a scalar point function. The region E so defined is called the scalar field. The temperature at any instant the density of a body and so on are examples of scalar point functions. As we know that scalar means it has only a magnitude but no direction. Those quantities are called scalar. So, but here scalar point function, you know that for each value in the domain, there corresponds a image such that f of x. So, y is equal to f of x. Those are called functions. So, here scalar point functions in a space. That means space coordinates are x, y and z. So scalar quantity, that means there is no direction, it has only magnitude. Those kind of functions are scalar point functions. In the earlier we discussed and we given temperature at any instant, temperature of the body at any instant, at any time. So therefore it has only a magnitude but there is no direction for temperature of the body, and also density of a body, it has also only a magnitude but there is no direction. Those quantities are called scalar functions. So scalar point functions. So for example, scalar point functions, we can use any letters either f or phi or psi. Phi of x comma y comma z is equal to x square plus xy plus zy. This is scalar point function. Here x square plus xy plus zy. This is a scalar point function. It has no direction. It has only a magnitude. So these kind of functions are scalar point functions. Like this you can write many examples. Therefore phi of x, y, z is equal to x square y z cube. This is a scalar point function. Like this you can write many number of scalar point functions. Next, side heading, vector valued function. Vector valued function, if to a point P of r of a region, capital E, in space, there corresponds a definite vector, capital F of R. Then F of R is called the vector valued function. Vector valued function. The region E, so defined, is called the scalar vector field. So as we know that vector valued function, vector valued function means, so vector means a quantity, it has both magnitude and direction. This is a vector. So vector, it has both magnitude and direction. So those type of functions are called vector valued functions. For example, what are the examples of vector valued functions? Now, the velocity of a moving fluid at any instant gravitational intensity of force are examples of vector valued functions. Like this we can say more number of examples. So velocity of a moving fluid at any instant. Moving fluid is moving, that means it should move in a certain direction, either in north direction or south direction or east direction or west direction or northeast corner. So it has some direction, so to move the fluid. And also there is a velocity, rate of change of speed, so that is called velocity. So it has both magnitude as well as a direction, so this is called vector valued function, velocity of a moving fluid at any instant, at any time t. And also gravitational intensity of a force, we are applying the force, so therefore gravitational intensity of a force also having both magnitude as well as a direction, so this is called vector valued function. So like this, many functions can be defined as vector valued functions. These are a few examples of vector valued functions. So function, you know that, so function means, as I already explained, that for any value x in the domain, there corresponds one image y in the codomain, such that the y is equal to f of x. These are functions. So scalar functions, scalar quantity functions, vector valued functions. Scalar quantity means there is no direction, it is a function, so it defines some quantity, some magnitude, therefore it is a scalar valued functions. Vector valued functions means so apart from quantity, apart from magnitude, it has some direction. So for a function, this is called vector valued function. Direction means we can define the vector by using the unit vectors I bar along x-axis, j bar along y-axis, and k bar along z-axis, space coordinates. By using I bar, j bar, k bar, we represent the vector. Therefore, vector valued functions. For example, f bar is equal to xy I bar plus y z square j bar plus xyz k bar. This type of functions are vector valued functions. Here I bar, j bar, k bar are the unit vector along x, along y axis, along z axis respectively. Xy is the component of I bar, yz square is the component of z bar, xyz is the component of k bar. So for any point, for example, if you can substitute, so x is equal to 0, y is equal to 1, z is equal to 1. So if you can substitute, we get one vector. That means for a point 0, 1 comma 2, so there corresponds one vector. Therefore it is called vector valued function. So in the domain we are having some function. Now the image is a vector, so therefore it is a vector valued function. This is a one example. So another example, f bar is equal to, we can use either small letter or capital letter, nothing to worry to write the letters, either small f or capital F. You can write either capital or a small. So in one of the authors use capital F, some of the authors use a small f bar. Different kinds of letters can be used to represent the vectors or functions. So therefore x square I bar minus x y j bar plus y z cube k bar. This is another example for vector valued function. So therefore if you can substitute any point, we get f bar in the numbers. Therefore this is the example of vector valued functions. For this scalar and vector valued functions, we can discuss the differentiation. We can discuss the differentiation, that is a vector differentiation. In the vector differentiation, first, so what is the first topic in our syllabus? Scalar and vector point functions. Now we discussed, we completed scalar and vector point functions. Then vector operator del, that means vector differential operator. How to differentiate the vector valued functions and scalar valued functions? We know that as we differentiate in the intermediate and the first semester also, so we know the differentiation. So scalar quantity means we applied the differentiation for a real valued functions. So those can be treated as a scalar point functions. Here, what is the vector operator? Next one is a vector operator, that is known as a del, that is read as a del. So now we are going to define vector differential operator del. Vector differential operator. The vector differential operator. Operator is denoted by del. Read as del and is defined as del is equal to I bar dou by dou x plus j bar dou by dou y plus k bar dou by dou z. Operator means it has to be operate on some function. So that is either scalar quantity or vector quantity. So therefore, why we are calling it as a vector? We know that. So I bar, j bar, k bar are there. This is a vector quantity. It has both magnitude and direction. So it is a vector quantity. So this differential operator dou by dou x, dou by dou y, dou by dou z are partial derivatives with respect to x, keeping other variables are constant. Dou by dou y is a partial derivative with respect to y, keeping other variables are constant. Dou by dou z is a partial derivative keeping other variables are constant. So it involves derivatives, partial derivatives. So this is called vector differential operator, where I bar, j bar, k bar are the unit vectors along x, y and z axis, along x, y and z directions, and dou by dou x, dou by dou y, dou by dou z are the components of I bar, j bar and k bar respectively. So this is the vector differential operator. So we can apply this onto some function, either scalar function or vector function. Next, del applies to scalar point function. Note, del is a vector quantity. It has both magnitude and direction. Next, gradient. Next side it is gradient. Del applies to scalar point functions. In that we have to discuss gradient. Now, gradient of a scalar point function. Let phi of x comma y comma z be any given continuously differentiable scalar point function. then del phi is equal to, del means we know that we defined earlier I bar dou by dou x, j bar dou by dou y plus k bar dou by dou z. As explained earlier, it has to be applied to onto some function. Here we are applying onto some function, scalar function. Therefore this can be written as I bar dou by dou x of phi plus j bar dou by dou y of phi. Partially differentiate phi with respect to y, keeping x and z are constants. K bar into dou by dou z of phi. So this is called gradient of a function phi cross. This is called gradient of the function phi and is written as grade phi or del phi, which is also the slope of the function phi. Del phi is a vector valued function as it has I bar, j bar, k bar and dou phi by dou x, dou phi by dou y, dou phi by dou z are the components of I bar, j bar and k bar respectively. So therefore gradient of a scalar point function means so phi is any given continuously differentiable scalar point function. That means phi is any given continuously differentiable scalar point function. Now we are applying del onto scalar point function phi. So therefore we are applying I bar into dou by dou x of phi, j bar into dou phi by dou y, that means dou by dou y of phi, k bar into dou by dou z of phi. This is called gradient of the scalar point function phi and is written as a grade phi or a del phi, which is also gives the slope of the function. You know that dy by dx is the slope of the function in the ordinary derivative. Here del phi, which is the slope of the function. Properties of del phi are grade phi. Let f and g be any two continuously differentiable scalar point functions. F and g be any two continuous functions and also differentiable scalar point functions. Scalar point function, it has only magnitude but there is no direction. Now as we know that the formulas for derivatives, same formulas are here also apply for the del, since del is a differential operator. Partial differentiation in the del we have to perform. Therefore del of f plus or minus g that is equal to del f plus or minus del g. Dou by dou x of f of x plus g of x is equal to dou by dou x of f of x plus dou by dou x of f of g of x. So therefore same formula, dou by dou x of f of x plus or minus g of x is equal to dou by dou x of f of x plus or minus dou by dou x of g of x. Here also same formula, as del consists of dou by dou x, dou by dou y, dou by dou z as the components of I bar, j bar and k bar respectively. Here also, if you can apply the same formulas of partial derivatives, we get del f plus or minus del g. This is formula number 1. Next, formula number 2, del of k into f. Therefore, that is equal to k into del f, where k being a constant. So dou by dou x of k into f of x comma f of x comma y is equal to k into dou by dou x of f of x comma y. Here also same kind of property. So k into del f, as del consists of partial derivatives. Now third one, del of f into g. So there is a formula in the partial derivatives or ordinary derivatives, d by dx of f of x into g of x, dou by dou x of f of x into g of x. Same formulas here also applying. U into v formula, f into del g plus g into del f. U into v formula or f of x into g of x formula in the partial differentiation. Now fourth one, del of f by g, del of f by g. Therefore del of f by g is equal to g into del f minus f into del g by g square, where g is not equal to 0. So it is not a zero function. Therefore del of f by g is equal to u by v formula or f of x by g of x formula. So that is g into del f minus f into del g by g square. These are the properties of del phi or grade phi. We know that position vector which is denoted by r bar. So position vector r bar is equal to xi bar plus yj bar plus zk bar. In our intermediate we have already discussed. And modulus of r bar, magnitude of a position vector, that is obtained by taking square root of sum of the squares of the components of I bar, j bar and k bar. That is square root of x square plus y square plus z square, component of I bar whole square plus component of j bar whole square plus component of k bar whole square. This is the magnitude of the position vector. In